Welcome everybody to another video from Raina from Rainierbooks here from the south of Stockholm in Sweden. I want to talk about the week that I have finished, that we all have finished and that lies behind us, and the reading that I made over the course of this week, and I want to talk about the next week and my reading plans for the next 7 days. So let's go! I finished 2 books last week and I'm quite satisfied with my outcome right now. I finished 4 books the week before, so 6 books in 2 weeks is really a good number for me. And I started reading Booker shortlisted books and I pick them randomly. I think so. I will do that. First I thought I will pick a book from the shortlist each and every year and start in 1969. But then I saw the books, not all the books are so interesting to me from the first period, but actually from the first year, I read and finished Muriel Sparks' novel, The Public Image. That was shortlisted for the Booker Prize in 1969, in the very first year of the Booker. This is Muriel Spark. If you haven't read her before, she's a Scottish author. She lived both in the United States and in the UK, and her last time of her life she spent a lot of years in Italy. And this novel, The Public Image, which is I think set in the 1960s, also plays out in Italy, in Rome, in the city of Rome. This is Muriel Spark. And she was shortlisted actually 3 times for the Booker Prize. This was the first shortlisting, of course. It was the first year of the Booker, and then she was shortlisted 2 more times, which she never won. So The Public Image is a novel about a young British actress. Her name is Annabelle, and Annabelle Christopher, she is married to this guy Frederick, and Annabelle is very successful. She's a tiger-eyed lady from the UK, and she has created a certain image, a public image in Italy, in the Italian film industry, and also in the European film industry. And apparently this tiger image is something that she has created. She also has a little son with Frederick, but her marriage is not going so well because Frederick is also an aspiring actor, but he never gets the success that Annabelle has with her, basically also depending on the public image, the image that the public has about her. And this novel ends with a lot of twists. I don't want to talk so much about it, but there's a lot of tragic incidents in this book. There's also discretion. Reader's discretion is advised because suicide plays a role in this novel. But I didn't like it that much, and I found a review, actually a very bad review about the book, which gives it only 1 of 5 stars. I wouldn't be so cruel against the book, but I understood some points of the reviewer because I really didn't understand why this would end up on a Booker shortlist of 1969. I wasn't there. It was the first year of the Booker, so who knows what kind of criteria they had in that period of time. It is a pleasantly described and narrated book, but it's not the great thing that you expect from the Booker today to be on the shortlist. So, Public Image by Muriel Spark, I would give it 3 stars out of 5. I didn't really find a lot of things that were important for the human condition. The second book that I finished last night was a thriller. It was on my list of the 10 thrillers of the summer of 2022 that I advised you to read. A beautiful motorcycle is roaring and coming with this incredibly powerful engine. And now the guy has... maybe you saw him on the street, I don't know. Beautiful. Anyway, The Night Shift by Alex Finlay is a book that I finished last night. This is a book about 2 murders happening in the same small town in New Jersey, in Linden, New Jersey, in 1999, in December, shortly before Y2K. 3 people are killed in a video boutique in Linden, New Jersey, and there's 1 survivor, and that is Ella. And 15 years later, almost the same thing happens again. Again, 3 people are killed and 1 survivor in a killing in Linden, New Jersey. And we have several perspectives in that book. We have the two survivors, which is Ella in 1999. She has become a therapist now. Then we have Jessica, a teenage girl in foster care who survived the actual killing in 2015. We have Keller, an FBI agent who is pregnant with twins, who is investigating that case together with Atticus. And we have Chris, who is the brother of the suspect of the first crime. The suspect of the first crime actually got away. He was arrested because a knife was found in his locker in high school, but then he was arrested, he got bailed out, and then he disappeared forever and ever. And he is searched for, but they never found him. And Chris is the brother, this is also perspective of the book, Chris is the brother of that guy Vince from 1999, and Chris has changed his last name because of his brother's suspected killings in that video shop. It's a very tensely written, very suspenseful, very pacey novel that I really enjoyed. The ending is quite conventional and sort of expected. If you have read a couple of thrillers, I guessed the right killer. But nevertheless, it's really entertaining and it's a good thing. And it's also sold already to TV and the movies. The Night Shift by Alex Finlay, actually Alex Finlay's second book. The first one was last year, Every Last Fear, was also very successful, and I might go for that one too, because Finlay is really a talent who knows how to create an intelligent and thrilling plot. The two books that I want to read next week, if I manage so. I think one is very short. I should have actually made it. One of them is by an Australian author that I had on my list for the Booker Prize this year. It's the winner of the inaugural novel prize, Jessica Au from Melbourne, Australia, and her very short novella or novel, Cold Enough for Snow, which is about a mother and her daughter traveling to Tokyo, Japan, walking through the streets of this beautiful city and trying to talk to each other, and it deals with the ability or the inability of people really talking to each other, really reaching each other in conversations. And I'm very interested in that book because Tokyo is one of the most beautiful settings. I've been to Tokyo twice. I want to go there again. So I'm sold to this one. And the second one I picked from the Picker Wheel, 12 of my books that I have on my shelf that I haven't read yet. And the winner of the Picker Wheel contest was Mary Lawson's novel, A Town Called Solace, which is actually about a small town in Ontario, Canada in 1972. It was nominated for the Booker Prize 2 years ago, longlisted. And so it's actually another Booker book as well. And I haven't read it yet, and I want to read it. It's about disappearings of people in a small town in Ontario. These are the two books that I want to read next week. Wish me luck. One thing I have to mention from what's happening in the world, and of course it's the assault on the British Indian author Salman Rushdie, which is a horrible crime and which is threatening the freedom of speech and the freedom of artists, the freedom of literary people. And luckily Mr. Rushdie has survived the attack, 75 years old. I heard he lost an eye, and I wish him all the best, and hopefully the attacker will get punished with all the strength that the law has to offer for that. But we really have to be careful about our authors and about our poets, because they should be protected, better protected than Mr. Rushdie was in New York. Thanks very much for watching this, and I hope that you have a great reading week. I'm waiting for more Booker books to come from this year's long list, but they haven't arrived yet, so I still have to wait. Hopefully something comes this week. I see you very soon with a surprise video from a different place. See you. Bye-bye.